Hello, I'm Nick Hennigan. How you doing? And welcome to episode 25, quarter century, of How to Make a Crisis Out of a Drama. The Maverick Theatre Diaries that I wrote in May 1997, spooky year, and May 2020 is also a spooky year. In fact, we're into June now. I have to say, I'm getting a bit tired of the lockdown now. And recording these videos is actually a bit of almost as much of a pain as writing the original diary was. But for whatever reason, I'm just going to plough on. I don't know why either. Thank you very much for your emails and for your comments. There's some comments here on if you're watching this on YouTube. But I've had some interesting comments and emails which I might get to later on. And you can always get in touch with me, nick@mavericktheatre.co.uk if you'd like to, or of course leave a comment below here in the box. Oh, and thanks for the likes as well, the thumbs up, and thanks very much for the follows. It's brilliant. When I started this, we got 2 followers, and now we're up to 20 odd. So that's fantastic. That's a result. So back to our surreal summer, the summer of 1997. I might take a photo. Someone asked as well about my studio setup here in my little flat. I might take a photograph later on of the books holding up this computer. Oh, very professional. And we're going to talk a bit about television, because I had a flick through. I don't normally flick through them. I just read them straight out to you. But there's quite a lot to come about ITV and Crossroads and Heads of Children's Television and Birmingham Hippodrome. But anyway, we go back where we left off last time, which was a press release, a programme for our production of John Godber's Up and Under. We carry on after John Slater's brilliant biography. We carry on with Maverick, the early years. A brief chronology. May 1992. This is for the programme, by the way, for an Up and Under. May 1992. Nick Hennigan writes Henry V, Lion of England, and directs actor Robert Stanson in the Hexagon Theatre of the Midlands Arts Centre. John Starkey, manager of Jasper Carrot and Phil Cool, approaches Nick in the bar afterwards and offers to take Henry V, Lion of England, to the Edinburgh Festival. August 92. Henry V, Lion of England appears to critical acclaim at the Edinburgh Festival. December 1992. After positive reaction from Tony, the gaffer of the Billesley pub, Teachers appears as an amateur production under the Rear Window Theatre banner and marks the first pub theatre production in Birmingham for a long time, if ever. After a summer on the amateur circuit, Maverick is formed as a professional company by Nick Hennigan and Rob Williams. Kenneth Branagh describes the concept of Maverick's accessible, informal theatre as most exciting. January 1994, the Lord Mayor of Birmingham officially launches the Maverick Theatre Company at the Billesley pub in Birmingham. Later that month, Nick Hennigan directs Denise Guilfoyle and Ian Brooker in Educating Rita by Willie Russell. March 1994, Nick Hennigan directs Trench Kiss, a little-known play by Arthur Smith. Actor Michael Schillinger moots the idea of a pub theatre producing new writings. The idea is developed, and 12 months later, the NBT begins at the City Tavern in Birmingham city centre. April 1994, Henry V, Lion of England and Educating Rita tour the West Midlands. May 1994, Sir Derek Jacobi agrees to play the voice of the ghost in Hennigan's Hamlet Horatio's Tale at the Midlands Arts Centre. Administrative misunderstandings mean the result is less than satisfactory due to very short rehearsal periods, but Sir Derek shines. June 1994. Ansell's Brewery give Maverick Theatre Company a disused storeroom at the rear of the Billesley pub as a performance space. An evening with Gary Lineker opens there for 3 weeks at the Billesley, then 1 week at the Elms pub in Aldridge, with a 5th week at the Theatre Royal in Hanley. This coincides with a slightly inferior television version of the comedy 2 weeks into production. The Theatre Royal goes bust. Apollo Leisure offer a week at the 1,200-seater Tameside Hippodrome in Manchester and a week at the Wyvern Theatre in Swindon. Mavericks never toured before, but Land Rover come to the rescue by supplying a Discovery as production vehicle. August 1994. An Evening with Gary Lineker makes £18,000 in Manchester. A week later, in Swindon, it loses £19,000. October 1994. Glenn Bayes directs his first play, Frankie and Johnny, with Tessa Churchard and Adam Warner at the Beelsley pub. A critical hit, John Slater from BRB provides the voice of Marlon on the radio. January 1995. Death at the Dun Inn, a new comedy whodunit by local writer Tom Nolan, opens at the Beelsley pub. Rave reviews and good audiences who decide the ending every night. March 1995. Glenn Bayes' second production, Road, by Jim Cartwright, is hailed as a radical interpretation. There are no seats and the audience is herded around the whole pub, including the car park. Actor Greg Hobbs gives a virtuoso performance as Skin Lad. April 1995. New writing company, Yes and No, bring a production of the original Blood Brothers to the Beelsley pub to raise funds for their forthcoming Edinburgh Festival show. June, July 1995. It's a Big Summer. In association with Almost Perfect Productions and Neil at Birmingham Theatre Company, Maverick presents Henry V, Lion of England at the Waterside Studio Theatre in Stratford-upon-Avon. Senior RSC actor Julian Glover, playing Julius Caesar at the Memorial Theatre, becomes a fan. August 1995, the first Maverick Theatre Youth Workshop is run for a week by Sarah Tribe, MA, leader of the Alexandra Theatre Youth Group. October 1995, the first St. Crispin's Day Theatre Pub Quiz. December 1995, Nick Hennigan directs Geoffrey Bernardi's Unwell in the Beelsley Public Bar. January 1996, Strippers by Peter Turson sells out for a week. Much is made of the fact that the brewery left the theatre company name off the banner by accident, and the Beelsley received many strange phone calls. February 96, Henry V, Lion of England opens at the Old Repertory Theatre in Birmingham in association with Almost Perfect Productions. May 1996, Sexual Perversity in Chicago at the Beelsley attracts an award from the Department of National Heritage for increasing access to the arts. July 96, Play It Again, Sam at the Beelsley is the first play to be part of the International Jazz Festival. August 96, the second Maverick Youth Workshop is run by leaders of the Stage 2 Youth Group from the Midlands Arts Centre. It's the last activity in the dedicated theatre space before it becomes a wacky warehouse, thanks to Allied Demec. October 96. Nick Hennigan wins a place at the much-coveted Society of London Theatre's Producers' Workshop in the Salt offices at Covent Garden in London. November 96. John Godber's Teachers goes up for the second time. January 97, 2 by Jim Cartwright leaves audiences emotionally drained with its mix of humour and pathos. The Guinness Pub Theatre Awards are announced, and we win. It's judged by the Royal National Theatre, so we're pretty chuffed. March 1997, Shirley Valentine opens. Director Glenn Bayes, the only remaining member of the original Maverick Rear Window Theatre team apart from Nick Hennigan, leaves Birmingham to work in London. April 97, Larry Rue agrees to direct for Maverick, squeezing the production in between other commitments, including directing in Germany and New Zealand. May 1997, Same Time Next Year opens by Bernard Slade. John Adams, former artistic director of the Birmingham Rep, agrees to direct Nick Hennigan's A Ghost of a Chance. An approach is made to a local named actor. Nick Hennigan begins script development work with Scott Burnett playing Bob, the father, and 14-year-old John Napier playing the part of Bob's 13-year-old son Tim. June 1997, Julia Smith agrees to direct Up and Under. July 97, Up and Under opens. Paul Henry, best known as Benny from ITV's Crossroads, agrees to play the part of Bob in A Ghost of a Chance. 13-year-old Justin Luke Towler, fresh from Tommy in the West End, is chosen to play Tim, Bob's son, and an old entity, after an audition involving over 200 boys. Julia Smith and the Up and Under cast are brilliant, getting the whole production together in around 8 days. That's taken us up to date for the programme notes. Okay, on a whim, I decide I'll write to Bill Alexander and send him a copy of the Crit from the Birmingham Evening Mail. 26th of July 1997. Bill Alexander Esquire, Artistic Director, Birmingham Repertory Theatre, Broad Street, Birmingham. Then I decide I won't type it. I'll send a handwritten note instead, and I'll address it to Bill and John Stalker, the executive producer. Can't do any harm, can it? Nah.